Coach Adam Fossett Show brought to you by the B.B. Comer Alumni Association. Coach Adam Fossett joins us this morning, and the final regular season game is tonight down at Legion Stadium against the Fayetteville Wolves. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Coach, B.B. Comer chose for homecoming against Central Acoustic County, and you weren't real good visitors for homecoming.
No, we went down and took care of business and came home.
Early.
So that was the plan. Go down and handle things and come on home. But we scored every way possible that you could. So we scored on offense, defense, and special teams. Kicked a field goal. So put up a lot of points early and coasted a little bit in the second half. Let some young guys play in the second half and. Pick up a ninth win and get ready for the next one.
Do you see, with the playing time of these young kids, do you see them progressing?
Yeah, there's some progress there, and there's some growth there. We've really pushed. There's a couple of them we've pushed in some different positions as well. So a couple of guys, you've got to know more positions than one, and we'll tell a lot of our guys that's what gets you on the field. The more you know, gives you an opportunity to get on the field and get playing time. So, Cam Gaddis is one of those young guys that he's been in the backfield for us this year, and we told him at the beginning of the week, hey, we need you to learn slot receiver. And, we explained to him, again, the more you know, the better off you are. And, you look at Raylon Sims, he can play any skill position on offense, and that's what we have to have. Is we have to have guys that know multiple positions.
Yeah, and knowing multiple position gives a young guy more chances to get plugged into the game.
Yeah, it does. The more you know, the more opportunities that you have, and the more chances you have to get some playing time. And at the end of the day, we're still a 2A school, so you don't have 100 kids. So. We have a couple freshman linemen. I tell them all the time, you're one or two plays away from being thrown in a fire with a bunch of senior linemen, and the expectation is going to be for you to produce. So those guys have to step up. They have to continue to grow.
When you throw them in the fire, there's not much excuse for mediocrity, is there?
No. There's no excuse for not knowing or not getting the job done, especially when you're surrounded by seniors. So. And we've put those guys in some games. We put those guys in some situations where we'll throw one of them in and kind of let them see how they do. So, but young guys have had a chance to play quite a bit this year, and I think it will definitely pay off in the future.
Talk about some players who played well for you Friday night at Central.
Christian Jemison stepped up and played well for us on special teams. He took a kickoff back for 6, and he's one of those young freshmen that has really progressed, along with De'Aaron Riley, who has progressed and done some great things for us. So those are two freshmen that are playing well for us.
And you got the old veterans there too.
Yeah, the old veterans they're playing well, and. Kamora's he's about in playoff form and getting ready for the playoffs, and Chris Wilson's played well off the edge still, and defensively we've moved some guys around and playing some different guys. So Jakari Brown is playing well in spots. Angel Ruiz is playing well in spots for us defensively, and those two guys are going to have to. Those are guys that don't have a ton of experience, but those are guys that we're going to have to lean heavy on in the playoffs.
Tonight, Legion Stadium, Fayetteville comes to town, and the Wolves, B.B. Comer, heavy favorite in the game. It's senior night, and all the ingredients are there, Coach, for maybe some of the kids to coast. How do you address that?
I think with it being a county school and a rivalry school, our guys, both sets of guys know each other. At some point in time, they've probably played on a team together or against each other through the rec leagues or youth leagues, and so our guys have been pretty locked in on what's going on all week. They also know, right now you're sitting at 9-0, and those guys, especially our seniors, with our senior groups, we talk about, things that haven't been done in the past couple of years by the other senior classes. Well, the other senior classes have had a lot of success, but they didn't run the table and go 10-0. So that's a goal of theirs. It's a goal of ours as a program to finish this thing out, and I think our focus will be there. I think the seniors will the seniors will get the beginning part over and kiss mom on the cheek and head to the locker room, and we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, and these kids weren't even a thought in 1995 when the last B.B. Comer team went undefeated.
That is very true. They were definitely not around during that time, and it's you try to go back to the history of when and.
Do they know that?
Yeah, they do. They know that 95 was the last time. They they want to joke around and ask how old I was in 95, but I was 16 in 95, so I was a spry high schooler.
Feeling your oats, weren't you?
Yeah, no doubt. So, but they understand that, and that they're focused on that, and I think it'll be a good, it's going to be a good atmosphere. Obviously, crowd will be big. We always have good crowds, and this game's always a good gate for whoever hosts the game. So it's one of those things where you get a lot of people coming out, a lot of people coming to see some good high school football.
You got an off week coming up after tonight and getting ready for the first round of the playoffs in a couple of weeks. Have things kind of shaken down a little bit as to who might be coming to town?
It comes down to whoever wins between Washington County and JU Blackshear on Friday night. So whoever wins that game will come to us in round one. So.
Did you play Blackshear last year? Okay.
No, we haven't played them. They got in 2 or 3 years ago. They got in kind of through some other issues and ended up playing Isabella in round one. And when we actually went and watched that game. So that was 3 years ago. But the rest of the playoffs will sort itself out as well. So
usually, Coach. 1 and 4 play in the first round, and usually one is supposed to win, and usually do win. Who would be at second round?
Second round will be right now. It's based on who wins the Highland Home Reeltown game. So we should host the second round, but we'll get the 2 seed out of their region. So
that's 2 pretty good teams too.
It is, yeah. And our playoff path will see some familiar teams, I think, as it progresses. And Reeltown and Highland Home play for their region title on Friday night in Reeltown, and that'll be, both of them are 9-0. So that's going to be a high intensity game. It's going to be a lot of people there. I'm going to go down and check that game out. So. But as the playoffs progress, it'll be real. I think it'll be Reeltown or Highland Home at our place if we can get past the first round, and then
feels good to be able to host at least the first 2 rounds.
It does, yeah. It's I remember us being excited to host a game, and
hadn't been that long ago either.
Yeah, we've been able to do that quite a bit. So. And again, it's just it's an tribute to the kids and the coaches and their efforts and what they're doing. And
well, Coach, before we go, talk about it is senior night tonight. Talk about what this senior group has meant to you and to this football program.
Yeah, this senior group's a special group. They've been through, most of them have been through it for the past 5 years, and coming into this year is their 6th year, and started off in our junior high programs. And when I first got here, this group was you could tell they were athletic, but they still needed some guidance and needed to get in the weight room and needed some things like that. But I was actually fortunate enough to coach most of this group in junior high basketball, and they made me look really good as a basketball coach because I didn't know anything. So I was like 9-2 as a junior high basketball coach my first year here because we needed another coach. But just an athletic bunch. They've really grown up and matured. Looking forward to seeing what the future holds for them, and just being around them for so long. You really develop a bond with those guys, and each class, like last year's class was a special class. And this year's class is a special class for a lot of different reasons. You just have, this class has a lot of characters in it.
And there's a lot of different reasons why you would love to finish 10-0 in the regular season too.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to finish out. I think that it's been almost 30 years since it happened, and it's something special that these guys can talk about. And it's honestly you're really generating memories when you're doing all these things, and they don't realize that.
It means something to the school as well, the community.
Yeah, no doubt. There was, again, like a day in the life of Coach Fossett is like, if I'm in a store, like I don't go to a store, I don't go to Walmart or anything like that without somebody wanting to talk about the game or talk about some of our athletes or congratulating us or, hey, I'm a Comer grad of whenever and proud of what you guys are doing and things like that. So, man, it's exciting. It's been this group of seniors. If you think about their resume, if they take care of business tonight, they're gonna lock in that they've won 10 or more ball games in 3 of their 4 years. Yeah. So that's pretty impressive for them to be able to say that. So we want to finish this thing off, and then we want to get ready for the playoffs in the second season and kind of reset our mind and reset our goals and get ready to go.
All right, B.B. Comer hosting Fayetteville tonight. It is senior night at Legion Stadium, and don't forget to be there. And if you can't be there, you can watch it right here on WOIL TV 47. Coach Adam Fossett Show brought to you by the B.B. Comer Alumni Association. We got more Daybreak coming up after this.